Before I started my self-improvement journey, I used to be ignorant about many things. I was bad at communicating with other people, and I didn't know how things worked in life. And I was indulging in many bad behaviors and bad habits, and I was rude toward many people. Everything changed when I reached a point where I was fed up from many things that are happening in my life, and I wanted to do a change. So I used Google to search how to start making changes in your life and to get rid of bad habits. And I stumbled on a Reddit post where someone wrote in the comments how the book Atomic Habits changed their lives. And at that point, I was not really a big reader. I used to read books when I was a child, but then stopped for many years. So I made my research on that book, how many people find it really helpful and how it changed their lives. So I decided to buy the book, which was a challenge by itself because I wasn't convinced that a book would change my life. And then I started reading it, and from that point on, I bought many more books, and that was the stepping stone, the first thing that changed my life completely for the better. I just want to make one point clear before we jump to the main topic of the video, which is that, in my opinion, self-help books like Atomic Habits can be really beneficial for someone who is starting on their self-improvement journey. But I don't think they should be taken too seriously and followed 100%. They are a good stepping stone for someone to learn how things work, whether about himself or the world, but following them too literally can really backfire, as every individual is different, and what works for you might not work for other people. So at some point in your self-improvement journey, these kind of books lose their value as you become more adept at knowing your rhythm and how to move on. In the modern age, there are less and less people who read books, and this is due to the fact that we have so much technological advances where we can watch videos that are insanely easy to access, and they feed us with fast information and too much entertainment. And this makes people disinterested and extremely bored when they read long blocks of texts. And from the small amount of people who still read books, there are even less people who read non-fiction books. And I think that is a big problem in the day and age that we live in. Non-fiction books have countless of benefits. They can help you understand the world and other people better. They can help you communicate better with other people, where you would have a discussion or a conversation and you can add so much more value to the topic that you are discussing. They can also help with your vocabulary, where you would learn a lot of specific words that you wouldn't hear in a normal conversation. And the other benefit that I think is the most important is cultivating self-awareness. Self-awareness is the first and the most important step when you embark on the journey of self-improvement. It is key to understand how you function, what makes you tick, why you behave the way that you do, and so many other things. And non-fiction books are, in my opinion, the biggest thing that can help you cultivate self-awareness. Because when you read these kind of books, which are related to psychological or philosophical topics or historical events, you read so much about how people behave and why they do the things that they do, and how people are different from each other, why they have conflicts, why they lose their minds, why they fall in love, why they hate other people, why they choose a group to belong to and attack other groups. Or when you read some biography about a person who lived hundreds of years ago, who added so much value to the world, his life since his childhood to his recent years, and you go in that person's mind and see how he thinks and how different he is to who you are, while at the same time seeing the similarities in different humans and how we have a certain nature that is so hard to go against. These books teach you why we are the way that we are and why the world works in this way. And all of that makes you so much more aware about yourself, which automatically makes you more aware and more empathetic toward other people. Reading is one of the most important and crucial habits to adapt in our lives if we want to become better and more knowledgeable people. And now, of course, there are people who enjoy reading more than other people, but I think, especially when it comes to non-fiction books, everyone should read, even if they don't really like them. because they are objectively beneficial to us to understand things better and have more knowledge. And knowledge is key to become better people and having less conflicts and reducing the harm in the world. Ignorance is a big problem that we still face in the modern age, where so many people are spending most of their times on social media, on TikTok, watching videos that are meaningless and add no value to their lives. And most of these people just abandon the idea of reading completely in favor of these kind of videos. And to me, that is a huge problem, and it is the reason why many people are not self-aware, who harm other people without realizing that the behavior that they're doing is not good for them or for other people. Reading is the key to change that, to have better habits and completely shift our mindset to become more positive and more forward oriented. Starting to read important books was the reason I actually started to change, which is something, when I look back to, really amazes me how I used to behave in the past and how much change I have made in my life. How I have so much more knowledge and information about so many different things that I used to be completely ignorant about, and that makes me really proud about myself, and it is something that I would always talk and mention to other people. How reading is the key to change your life. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching.